Hi guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to show you how to fertilize your seedlings. So these were the very first seeds that I planted up for this growing season, and I will leave that video linked below in the description box if you want to check it out. But I have some echinacea, delphiniums, foxgloves, and it's time to fertilize. Now, fertilizing can be a little bit scary if it's something new and you're not sure, but fertilizing seedlings can be even scarier because, you know, they're your babies. You want to make sure nothing happens to it. So you have to be careful while fertilizing, because if you do it too strong or too much, you can burn the plants. So the first step is knowing when to start to fertilize. So when your seed first germinates, the first little set of leaves that pop open, everything that those leaves need for nutrients, the seed provides. So the second set of leaves that show up, those need nutrients. So once the second set of leaves form, then that's when you start fertilizing, because the first set of leaves that came out already used all of the nutrients that the seed had to provide. So all of my little seedlings have their second set of leaves, and I'm just going to go in with some fertilizer. Now, there are so many different types of fertilizer. I like to use just an all-purpose plant food. This is good for flowers, for veggies, for everything. And this is good especially for seedlings. Just kind of one broad fertilizer works great. If I see problems, then I will get something that's more specified for that. So for example, last year I got tomato end rot on my tomatoes. So then I went and picked something up specially for the tomato end rot and did that. But otherwise, this stuff will work. So now let's talk about quantities. Normally, if you just read the instructions on the fertilizer, there's normally two different quantities. There's a quantity that you mix up and use for outdoor plants, and then one for indoor plants. So, being seedlings, you're going to want to cut that strength in half. So, for example, if it says 1 tablespoon per gallon of this that you mix up, then you're just going to cut that half and do half a tablespoon per gallon. So I'm going to go with the indoor one, which according to this, okay, so for indoor plants, it says mix half a teaspoon per gallon. And then since this is seedlings, I'm going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon per gallon, since it's just start out slow. And then as they go bigger, then you can bump it up. And then it's recommended to fertilize twice a week. So I'm just going to pick 2 days, Sunday and Wednesday, call it good. And then once they get a little bit bigger, then you can start to bump up the strength of the fertilizer. So I'm not going to mix up a full gallon today. I have a little water bottle here. This is about 1/4 of a gallon. Okay, I'm not going to pull it completely out of the box, but, well, maybe I should. It comes in these little envelopes, and I really like because there is something that you can get for your hose. It's a hose nozzle that you can pour this whole package into, and it mixes it up properly. So as you're watering the garden, you can just, you know, hook it up and do that. But this Miracle Grow also comes with this little handy spoon. So the big side is outdoor, and the small one says indoor, which is great. So you would just do, again, if you're doing it outside, just 1 scoop of this into 1 gallon. If you're doing indoors, 1 scoop of this into a gallon. I have 1/4 of a gallon here, so I'm going to do 1/4 of this little scoop. Now, it's going to be very little, and that's okay because that's all it needs to start with. I just use Miracle Grow because that's what I could find in the store. And I've used it before in the past, and I think it works really well. There's tons of other brands out there. So definitely, if you're not sure, check with your local garden center and they will have someone there that can help you. Okay, so I just have about 1/4 of a scoop there. And I'm just gonna add that in. Again, it's not even gonna really look like am adding much, but start slow. Start slow. You do not want to burn your seedlings. So when in doubt, start slower than what you think you need. Okay, so you can see it kind of tinted the water blue a little bit. Obviously, if I were to do the outdoor strength, it would be a lot more blue, or even the normal indoor strength. But since again, this is seedlings, I am doing half of the indoor strength. And then as they get bigger and as they get more accustomed to the fertilizer, I will be boosting it up. Okay, so some of these cells are already pretty damp. I'm just going to give it a little mist just to get a little bit of fertilizer. You can see how the leaves are kind of turning that yellow color. That's a good indicator that it's lacking nutrients. So when your leaves start to kind of yellow, that means it's time for fertilizer. So fertilizer will just give it nutrients. It'll give it a nice deep green color and all that good stuff. Also with fertilizer, try not to get it on the leaves of the plant. If you do get a little bit of fertilizer on the leaves, it's not the end of the world, but they just prefer to not get sprayed at all. Okay, so it is actually the next day. I thought I had pressed record yesterday when I was done fertilizing, but I actually stopped the camera, I guess, instead of starting it. I finished fertilizing my seeds. But anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. I hope it kind of cleared up some questions that you have. If you have any other questions about fertilizing, please leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them for you. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.